What if I told you that every single person that you met in your life is a teacher sent to you by the universe? I mean, if you've ever wondered why certain people, certain experiences keep showing up in your life, or why you always seem to find exactly what you need at the perfect moment, then this video is actually going to blow your mind because I'm going to be sharing a deep truth that will completely shift how you see every single interaction that you have, every challenge, every coincidence that you encounter in your life. So, hi, my name is Eva, intuitive healer working with two modalities, one which is based on working with Akashic records, and the second one is all about the rewiring of your nervous system based on systems of breath work, sound, and movement, all just to help you release any blockages or anything that's actually keeping you from awakening the truth, your divine self expression. I'm going to be sharing more on that at the end of this video. So make sure you tune in until the end to hear more about these two beautiful modalities. So back to the video. One profound truth that I find that most people don't realize is that the moment you declare a certain truth to the universe, a certain desire that maybe I want to activate divine love in my life, or maybe I want to attract more abundance, more wealth, or whatever it is, the second you set that intention out into the universe, what you actually do is that you activate everything that's needed for you to actually attain that desire. And I mean everything. So you're going to activate the lessons that you need. You're going to activate the people who are going to teach you these lessons. You're going to activate the experiences that will allow you to embody and hold this desire when it actually manifests into your current reality. The universe will immediately begin orchestrating encounters with people who will activate certain qualities within you, helping you to actually become a vibrational match to what you're calling in. But here's the kicker, and this is where most people get it wrong. When you do this, when you declare your intention out into the universe, you're also activating the necessary lessons that will trigger the release of all patterns that will no longer serve you when you finally hold your desire, your manifestation in your hands. Which means that if you could actually see this truth with every single person and every single event that has occurred in your life, especially the ones that have actually challenged you the most, if you were to adopt this mindset, this worldview, you will actually understand that every single experience was essential for your evolution to attain that vision for yourself. You know that old age saying that says that when the student is ready, the teacher will always appear? I found that in my life, anytime I declare that I want to learn a certain skill, I want to embody a certain quality or value in my life, for whatever reason, I'll always find the right book. I'll always find the right teacher, the right video, the right lesson, the right message for me to help me tap into embodying that quality. The life experiences, the people I meet on my path, it could be even in a queue in a supermarket, for example. Every single person I encounter, every single experience I have is always a lesson for me to help me embody this. Like, for example, having compassion and patience. So, just the other day, I was actually taking public transportation and I happened to sit next to a woman who was carrying a baby and also had another toddler sitting on the seat next to me. And this toddler was so fussy, seriously just wanted to be held by the mother. And the mother couldn't do this because again, she only has two hands and she's holding the baby already in her arms, right? But the kid didn't want to understand it. They just wanted the mom to hold them as well. And I saw this and I was sitting next to them. So normally you find that there are a lot of people, I'm sure you've seen social media videos of people complaining about, how parents should get their states specifically for children or just hush them whenever they're making too much noise in public transportation, maybe in an airplane or something. And I'm sitting next to this person and I'm thinking to myself, this is a perfect opportunity for me to practice that quality of compassion and patience because I completely understand what this woman was going through. So if I do not or did not want to embody these qualities within me, that situation would have illegally or easily triggered my response of, judgment on this woman or criticism because I mean, like she's a mother, as most people will say, she's a mother. She's supposed to, hush her child and all of that. Like people lack the patience for those kind of situations, especially if they're interfering with their peace. But that for me was the perfect moment for me to actually show compassion and patience for this woman. And I'm telling you, this woman was freaking out because she was trying her best to hush her baby. Her baby wasn't disturbing, but she was trying her best to make the toddler just calm down and just sit down and be calm and patient until they alighted. But the toddler, of course, was not understanding this. So I decided in that moment, you know what? I'm just going to hold the space for so much patience and so much compassion for this woman. I didn't care if the kid was busy kicking and stepping on me and crying out and thinking that I'm in their space or whatever. I just held the compassion and peace and patience that this other person needed in that moment. And I held that space. Even though I could see the reactions of my fellow passengers who were getting kind of like irritated, I was like, I'm gonna, I'm not going to show this woman judgment because she's already frustrated as it is. So I'm talking about moments like those, even those small moments that might seem so inconsequential for you, don't regard them as coincidence. It's a lesson for you. There's a lesson for you to learn in that very moment if you're willing to actually tap into that. So, what I want you to look at, the reframe I'd love for you to have is whenever something actually catches your attention, and it could be the most random thing, including a weird message on a sticker on a bus or even on a billboard, pay attention to that. It could be that person who probably just rubs you off the wrong way. That moment, that trigger, I want you to start paying attention to such moments because that is a lesson being sent to you by the universe. Can you practice patience? Can you practice this? Can you practice compassion in this moment so that when you attain this desire that you're calling into your life. Maybe it's love. Maybe you need to embody compassion so that even when your partner makes you angry, you don't go immediately into attack mode and judgment mode. You're gonna show your partner compassion that you need. But then for you to achieve that, you're gonna need all these little life lessons to help you embody that. So that when the moment comes, you won't easily go into your triggers. So certain kind of experiences and people, they normally come to challenge us again, to embody those values that we need to embody so that we can actually manifest or hold on to that desire when it comes in. A beautiful reframe I also want you to have is that I want you to think about the most challenging person in your life right now. It could be a difficult boss or a triggering family member or maybe that friend who always just seems to push your buttons. What if I told you they're not there to actually torment you? They're there to actually teach you. What will change if you actually started viewing your life through this lens? And what if instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You actually began asking, what is this here, this situation, this person trying to teach me? How is this event serving my highest good? And this, I'm not saying that you have to be passive or accepting to certain harmful situations or toxicity in your life. It just means that you start recognizing that even in the midst of challenge, there's a wisdom available for you in every single moment. There's a growth that's waiting to happen within you. There's a deeper intelligence at work that you might not be able to see when you're just stuck in the patterns of victimization. There's a deeper wisdom for you. And this beautiful perspective I'm offering you today, it doesn't actually minimize your pain, but it will actually honor you finding the meaning of why this pain is showing up in your life. And the magic happens when, let me give you a simple practice that you can tap into. I want you to try this practice, and maybe it might actually change the way you operate in the world. So I want you from this very moment, let's set a target for the next 1 week. I want you to pay attention to every single pattern in your life. Notice what keeps showing up, what themes are repeating, what lessons seems to be presenting themselves over and over again. And I want you to start keeping track of this, coincidences, whatever it is. It could be just a book, a random book you come across, and a beautiful passage that just captures your attention. Pay attention to such moments. If possible, have a place where you can record these coincidences or synchronicities that happen and start paying attention to the patterns that are emerging in all of this. Maybe the person you met that kind of rubbed you off the wrong way. Why did they rub you off the wrong way? Note it down and start noticing these things. The YouTube video that just sparks your attention, that beautiful song, the beautiful message, whatever it is, start paying attention to this. And I want you that every single person, once you now start seeing the pattern and start seeing how every dot connects, maybe it might not be immediately, but you will get the message because what your higher self or your divine guidance does is that it will communicate to you in a way that you will understand. So it's not going to be so complicated that you have to go into this decoding kind of thing. No, it's going to be a very, I don't want to say simple message, but it's going to be put to you in a way that you can easily recognize because it's not like it's a hard test that the universe is putting out to you, like you have to decode the messages. It's going to be a very simple message that you can actually gather if you're paying attention to these patterns. And you might actually be surprised at what you discover when you actually start looking for this divine order, even in whatever you might call chaos. So my challenge for you today is starting right now. Just start recognizing when these moments show up. Start recognizing when these teachers are coming into your life. And I don't care how they show up in your life. See them, acknowledge them, start writing them down so that now you're setting out the message to the universe. I'm paying attention. And again, the minute you say that, you open a whole new world of how the universe can actually communicate with you. When you start acknowledging that I see your communication, the universe will devise these beautiful ways to get in touch with you. Just start paying attention. And when you start paying attention, I want you to please embody the lessons that each moment, each person, each synchronicity is trying to teach you. Whatever it's triggering within you, it's probably a pattern, a hidden wound, a hidden trauma that maybe you might have long forgotten even existed within you. So that trigger, that thing that's rubbing you off the wrong way, it's just reminding you, hey, you forgot about our trauma. We need to release this. Go through whatever processes that you need to go through to release those patterns or wounds within you. And when you start shifting from seeing your life just as random, chaos, and actually start recognizing the divine orchestration of every single thing that happens, I'm telling you this from my own experience, everything will shift. The way you show up in the world will change. You'll start seeing your challenges becoming like classrooms for you. Your setbacks will become your own setup. Your entire experience, every single moment will simply be sacred. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Doesn't matter. It will be a message, a beautiful lesson that the universe orchestrated for you to help you evolve. So I want to know from you what ways or what things or what synchronicities have you been missing in your own life? What patterns, what messages are you starting to recognize in this moment were actually designed just for you to embody a lesson? Do share in the comments, share your thoughts down below. Do subscribe to my channel if you like the kind of content I do share out here. I always share these videos every week just to share my insights, my wisdom, weekly wise, right? Anything that I tap into that I can channel, I share with you so that you can grow and evolve with me because I'm learning the lessons just as I'm teaching you in this moment. And I did promise I was going to share with you at the end of this video the two modalities that I actually coach my clients with. One which is based on working with the Akashic records, and the second one is called Soul Realm. So I have a beautiful program. It's a 6-week program where I'm going to be teaching you one-on-one on how this beautiful modalities can actually offer you life-changing healing transformation in your life. So with the Akashic record, the Soul Realm, it's a beautiful reading, a 1-hour session where I'm going to be diving deep into who you are. Most people have forgotten who they're supposed to be because a lot of how they show up in the world is based on what society or the people around them told them that they were supposed to be. And this loss of the self really leads to so much unfulfillment, regardless of how much success you attain in your life or wherever you are in your life. There's always that deeper thing like I'm missing something, something is off. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel like I'm myself. I feel like I've lived my life for other people. And trust me, I think that is one of the most saddest regrets to get to the end of your life and then you recognize that I wish I would have just lived life the way that I wanted to, but I didn't because the world told me that this is not who I was supposed to be. So, soul alignment is actually helping you connect to that deeper aspect of you, your soul aspect. Who are you at soul level? Helping you identify your soul level gifts that most people don't even know is the uniqueness and the brilliance that they bring into this world. They don't even recognize that for themselves. They don't see the mastery in every single moment, every single interaction that they have. Because who you are, trust me, is very unique to you. And with soul alignment, I'm going to be answering that question for you. If you struggle with feeling like unfulfilled, feeling like you're inauthentic, feeling like you're just lost, and all those things, lacking purpose, lacking direction, not knowing what you want to do, with soul alignment, you're actually going to get in touch with who you are at soul level. That will actually help you navigate and make your lifestyle choices, your career choices, or whatever it is in life better, even how you show up. The next thing is that with soul alignment, you're actually gonna be getting in touch with why is it that you're not able to show up as this version of yourself. So remember that you've lived for many lifetimes, right? And in all those lifetimes, remember in human history, like we've done a lot of messed up things to each other, to the world, and all of that. And a lot of us lost touch with our true essence. We made so many negative choices. And what happens is that once these negative choices get imprinted within your karmic, your soul blueprint, what happens is that every time you come into a lifetime, and let me not make it too woo for you. Let me put it in a way that you might understand. Every single person, every single experience you've had in your life, including where you were born, your parents, and all of that, that didn't happen by chance. Every single person you've attracted into your life, as long as you're a vibrational match, especially at a soul level, you're going to keep on encountering these people who are an energetic match to whatever karmic patterns you need to release. So what most people do is that because they're not aware of what choices they're making, that keep on making these patterns recur in their life. They keep on making the same mistakes again and again. So it's so relevant to actually get into the root causes of why these experiences and why these people keep showing up in your life. And once you identify that, and now you have an idea of who you're supposed to be and actually how you're supposed to be showing up in the world, now you get the power back of what choices you get to make going forward. So with the reading, you're actually going to be clearing this negative karmic patterns energetically so that you're no longer a vibrational match to all these people and experiences, but then it puts you in control of your life. Maybe before you didn't have the chance to say no when you needed to say no, or yes when you needed to say yes. But now with the knowledge of, oh, wait, there's nothing wrong with me following my heart's calling, following what I know I'm supposed to be based on who I am at soul level, then you get to be the driving seat about the kind of experiences, kind of people you attract now going forward. Because now you know what choices support you and what choices don't based on the reading. That's the first part. The first week we're going to be going through with you in my 6 weeks course. The next 5 weeks, we're going to be diving deep into quantum flow practices. So, healing is just not focused on just one aspect of your being. You have to incorporate the entirety of your being. And I'm talking your mental, your emotional, your energetic, your physical state. And most people don't actually remember that or don't even bother tapping into that. With quantum flow, you're actually going to be using techniques of breath work, of sound, of movement to actually help you target all these different states of your being. So we're not just working on one area of your life, which most healing modalities focus on. We're not just working on the mindset. We're incorporating the entirety of your being into the healing process. Again, another thing that most people don't know is that a lot of our experiences, a lot of the trauma and the wounds and the pain that you've experienced in your life, all of this has actually been recorded within your body. So most people, when they're doing their healing, they're just so much focused on the mindset and they forget to incorporate their bodies into their healing process. And what happens is that they keep on attracting the same kind of experiences and are reacting in the same kind of way and get stuck in these patterns again and again because the memory of that pain is still within their body. So with quantum flow, we're actually going to be breaking down the root, that thing that's still holding on to the memory of who you are. We're going to be breaking it down and now starting to recreate a new version of you based on what you want to bring into your life or what you want to call into your life. That is the beauty of quantum flow. Quantum flow is actually a lifestyle. So you're going to be getting 5 beautiful practices along with any other meditation, access to any other meditation I will be recording in the future that you can tap into to embody on every single day. And trust me, just by doing this modality, oh my Lord, so much is going to change in your life. So much is going to change. Even in the first, the 5 weeks with me, you're going to start noticing the difference. You're going to be showing up different, more calm and more at peace, more in tune with your true self, with your higher guidance and all of that. So if you're curious about this, 2 beautiful modalities. You want a chance to work with me, or maybe you're like, I don't know if this is going to be a good fit for me or not. Maybe you still might have questions. I'm going to invite you to book a discovery call with me. I'm going to put the link to that. Let me just share my screen. I'm leaving the QR code on the screen right now. You can scan the QR code or check out the link in the description box down below. There's a link there. You can book the discovery call. Just a short 15 to 30-minute call with me. And you can ask any questions that you might have just to see if this program will be a good fit for you and anything that you might be going through, any pain, any memories, whatever it is that you want released within you, whatever transformation you want to work into, want to work on. Yeah, you're going to get to ask your questions and we're going to see if you're going to be a good fit or not. I do hope I'm going to see you on the other side of this. Again, don't forget to subscribe and also, click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any time I actually upload a video. For now, I'm sending you so much love. And again, please notice the synchronicities in the next one week. And I look forward to hearing from you in the comment section what patterns, what lessons you start noticing that the universe has been trying to communicate to you. You just weren't paying attention. See you in the next video. Bye for now.